everybody. So today we're making a video how to make papaya salad. So here's a papaya salad. So I'm going to start with all the ingredients that I used today. So right here we had a papaya all shredded, ready to go. And then here's some garlic. So I'm actually going to make enough for this whole bowl right here. And then right here I have cherry tomatoes, my favorite. And then here is some hot Thai chili. Tomatoes all cut up, and then of course I have some Thai eggplant right here, and I have my limes all cut up and ready to go. So I actually throw in the whole piece like this because if you put in too much, the skin here will make it bitter, so you don't want to make a big slice, you just want thin slices. And then here I have my crab paste. I actually just put in a little bit to I guess add color to it. And then here is the shrimp paste that I like to use. Actually, it was recommended by my sister-in-law from Laos. And of course, I do use a little MSG. You don't have to if you don't like MSG, or if it's bad for you, you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it. And then here I have the 3 crab fish sauce. It's the only brand I like to use. And then here is my crab sauce, cooked crab sauce. So it's called, if you go buy this in a Vietnamese store, they call it Papaya. So here it looks like this. So I actually added a little bit of water in there to make sure you shake it. And then here is my tamarind. So I used the frozen bags to mix it up, but you could probably use the concentrated version. I just like this version, but I do, somebody did post it on Hmong Kitchen that they found some hair in their tamarind, which is ew. But anyways, so you want to make sure there's no hair in this thing before you use it, all right? And then here is my peanuts. I like to buy the unsalted roasted version. So what you do is when you get the peanuts, you roast it again, okay? So you got roasted again on top of your stove to get that golden color, and it will smell really good. So this is actually what's really adding really good flavor to your papaya. And then of course here I have some white sugar. I usually use the palm sugar syrup, but since I don't have any ready to go today, so I'm using this instead. And then of course here's the Thai eggplant. You could use green beans, the long green beans if you like. So here I'm gonna give this over to my lovely daughter, and we're gonna get started. Okay, so you can go around over there. All right. Okay, so we're gonna start with peppers. I actually have 5 in there. It's actually not a lot because I'm using it for the whole bowl. Okay, and then here is garlic. So for me, I don't like too much of everything, you know, too much crab paste, too much garlic, too much pepper. I don't like too much of everything. I just want a little bit of some things, but not all things. And then here is the coconut, roasted coconut. So remember, I roasted again. So I'm putting in about 2 handfuls because I'm making a lot for. So I'm just gonna start mashing it. So you want to mash this really well. Make sure your garlic and your pepper is all mashed up. So I'm not going to throw the papaya in here because instead of chopping it and shred it, I use that little thing. So you got this long shred. So if you put it in here and pound it, it will be all mushy, and I don't like that. So I'm just gonna make the sauce and then mix it in instead. So if you don't want to use Thai chili, you could also use dry pepper. So when you use dry pepper, make sure you roast it on top of the pan too. It adds a really nice nutty flavor to your papaya, and I do that too. So sometimes I use the dry pepper, sometimes I use the chili. They kind of each have a different flavor to your papaya. I'm just gonna mash it up really good. So I have 5 peppers in here, but don't worry, I'm using a whole, this is gonna be enough to make a whole mix in a whole medium-sized papaya. So you guys kind of notice I'm not speaking Hmong too much, but that's because some of the people that watches my channel is not Hmong. So if I speak Hmong, they might not understand it. So that's why I'm always end up speaking English. But you're welcome to comment in Hmong or English. Or Spanish. I can be Spanish too. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I got everything all grinded up. Okay, so I think the peppers are... So I'm going to give it a little bit more mashing to go. Smells really good because of the roasted peanuts. So remember, you roast it again when you buy it. That's the key, the secret. I guess that's my secret. Well, some people probably do that too, but it makes the papaya taste so good. Okay, so now this looks pretty good. So it looks like this. So now I'm gonna add in my other. All right, so I'm gonna start with the shrimp paste. So there is no approximate measurement. It's just kind of like you tweak it to whatever you like. You know, some people like more shrimp paste, some people like less, some people like it more sweeter, some people like it more dark, not so dark. It's just all up to you. So when you keep, the more you do this, the better you get at it. And for me, I kind of, like I said, I don't like too much of anything. So I try to put it, I guess, balance it out. So here is the salted crab. I'm not putting the crab in there. I don't like the crab, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of that in there, and then more later if I need to. And then this right here, the crab paste, I'm using this just for colors. So if you use too much, it'll be too dark, and you know I don't like too dark, so I'm not gonna use too much. So maybe this is, I don't know, 1/8 of a teaspoon or something like that. It's just for colors, not for tastes. Okay, and then let me see, what else did I forget? All right, so I'm gonna add these in there. It's the lime, Thai eggplant, tomato. I actually like a lot of tomato, believe it or not. And then I'm gonna add in just a little bit of this, so it makes it easier to mash. Oh, and then while I'm at it, my lovely white sugar here, which I don't really use a lot. I always like the palm sugar. So because I'm making a lot of papaya, so I'm putting in about 3 teaspoons. Oops, wrong. And it's some MSG, totally up to you what you want to use. So that's, so it's kind of, oh, it smells so good right now. So I'm gonna put in some fish sauce. So since I'm already put in the salted crab, I don't want to put too much. You could even add water if you like, more liquid in your papaya. So now you're just mashing all this together. Make sure you get it pretty good mix.
She also put some tamarind inside too.
Oh yes, I got tamarind, of course. So I heard you could get your own tamarind at the store and mix it up. Not the one in the frozen in the bag that's ready to go. Who knows, maybe I'll try that next time. Okay, so right now it looks like this, sort of messy. But it smells really good right now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some gloves and mix them into my papaya. So maybe I'll probably get a bigger bowl too. Okay, so you can stay here. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm gonna put these in here, all of it, because we're big papaya eaters. That's right. I have friends that beg me to make papaya every once in a while, and it's super simple. Okay, so I'm just gonna dump it in there because I don't like mushy papaya. Okay, and I'm just gonna take my hand there and mix it up. I might need to add in some bit of water or some bit of fish sauce because it looks like I don't have enough liquid. So first I'm gonna mix them up.
You can use any type of plastic glove.
Yeah,
that works.
I got these at the dollar store. It works, especially when you got contacts on and you can't afford to touch your hands with pepper and cry later. This is smelling so good right now. So I'm just making, while I'm at it, I'm just making sure that everything is all mixed up. So I'm gonna add in a bit more fish sauce because I actually didn't put too much in there. And I'm using a whole, so this is actually a whole papaya that I use, a whole medium papaya. Oh, it smells so good. Smells good. It's making me drool already. Okay, so you can see it doesn't really have much sauce on the bottom. So if you like more liquid or something like that, you could add in some water. But I'm actually gonna do a taste test and then add in some more whatever. Oops. Okay, so right now it looks like this. It's kind of dark. Right, so taste test. Well, maybe it's not such a good idea to do it with that spoon that's already got stuff on it. Okay, so it seems like it's a little salty, so I'm gonna add in a bit water. So just stay here, I'll be back. All right, so it's a little salty, so I'm gonna add in some water. I usually just make a little at a time for whoever likes it too much pepper, not too many pepper. So it's easier when you make it that way because you can get your ingredients right, but when you make a big batch like this, it's a lot harder. So you could end up with a salty one or not enough, but I guess the big problem is if it's too salty.
So to cure saltiness, you use water?
Yeah, so you could use water or you could add in some more sugar, or if you didn't use all the papaya like I did, you could add more papaya. Well, of course, you could shred up some carrots and add in there too. That's another option. Okay, so here's, I'm going to taste it again. Okay, so we're good. Wish I had some sticky rice to go with this, but I don't, so I guess we'll just eat this. Okay, so there you go. That's my papaya right here. If you got any questions, shoot me one in Hmong or English, whatever you want. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.